Howdy folks, I am Ruzkiel and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, we started our graduation exam, trial, whatever you want to call it, and basically it's been laid out to us that we're currently in a virtual world and that the characters that we see on screen are simply avatars of who we really are. As constructed by our memories, because our memories of our memories of our school life were stripped from us, so we can only revert back to what we knew at the time. And then it ended off with a conversation about recognizing each other beforehand. And I think Kaz made the argument that it wouldn't have mattered. That it wouldn't have mattered if we had our more adult versions of our avatars, because we still wouldn't have recognized each other because we didn't know each other before the school life. But there were two people who would know. Now, oh my God! During that sentence, it actually just occurred to me that there were two people who were intimately linked before the school life. Peko and Fuyuhiko. Good God, how did I not think of that? So I think that's where we're going with it. So if we didn't know each other before, and we wouldn't have known if we aged or not by looking at each other, then wouldn't he have noticed a difference? Yes. At least I'm assuming so. It seems... Excuse me. Yeah, because he knew Peko. Yeah! Yay! I'm glad that I afforded myself the opportunity to take that break, go back, and read that. Oh, I'm so lucky that I did that. Hey, Fuyuhiko, you knew Peko for a long time, right? Yeah, now that you mention it, it seems weird. No, now that I think about it, it's definitely strange. Strange? What is? Our school memories. About how many days worth were taken away.
As the creators of the New World program, only the Future Foundation would know the details, but... around 2 or 3 years worth, I assume. That long?
Peko and I have seen each other almost every single day of our lives. If we lost 2 years worth of memories, we would have noticed that we were older than we remembered.
So, does that mean our memory loss is another one of Monokuma's lies?
Your refusal to accept your mutual memory loss is why you can lag. Can't notice all the important parts. You've lost your memories. End of story. You guys are avatars who had the memories taken away from them.
This virtual world, and we're virtual avatars.
Are you saying we just have to accept that?
I can feel my heartbeat. I know what I smell like. So what do you call these things I'm feeling? Are you saying these are all lies?
You think that's air you're breathing now?
Oh my God. There's so many moments in the Matrix that could just be clipped in here and it'd be perfect. Maybe I'll actually do that. Or maybe I won't. I don't know.
Just because it's a game doesn't mean everything was a lie. Have you heard that when you're hypnotized to believe you've been burned, a burn mark will really appear?
So if our brains believe something is real, it's no different than if it actually happened? Now that you mention it, I did hear about a phenomenon quite similar to that. Yeah, you were talking about the nocebo effect. In a distant country, there was a certain experiment carried out in one of the prisons. The prisoner was blindfolded, strapped to a bed, and had small wounds applied to his toes to drain his blood. That prisoner was left alone in the experiment room as the sound of dripping blood echoed throughout the room. But in fact, his blood was not being drained. He was just forced to listen to the sound of dripping water, but he believed he was bleeding to death. However, in spite of that, the prisoner still died.
As expected of Miss Sonia, your knowledge of state-sanctioned torture is amazing!
And a little on the creepy side. I dig it.
If a lie is a believable lie, you're saying it might become truth?
So Yeah, I mean, it all really ties back to the Matrix. So, I'm thinking, even though all of the victims were killed in the virtual world, they would have believed that they died, so they're gone for good. That sucks.
We're really just connected to machines and stuff, and our consciousness was uploaded into here, so we generally believed that this game world was real.
Then the Jabberlock Island we've been living on. Of course, that's also a virtual world. Oh, cool. They haven't done something like this before. All scrapbooky. That's neat. That sea, that beach, the buildings, everything. It's all a virtual world created by the Neo World program. It's just like the space we're in right now. What we see before us is a virtual environment created by the program. It looks real because our brains think it's real. That's why, in the end... What's happening? What's going on? What is this? Is it just empty outside? Is that the whole thing? It was all just a creation. Weird. That's the truth. Weird fate. Oh. Alright. At least it's not flashing. But it's still going to be super distracting. The truth is it was all a lie. That is this world's truth. If everything's a lie, then what should we believe?
Who cares if it's a lie?
I like how Akane and Fuyuhiko are standing next to each other. It makes I can't remember offhand whether they did so during all the other trials, but it'd be kind of funny if they took all their same respective positions in the circle.
Who cares if it's a lie?
Hey, what are you getting at?
I mean, if this is really a game world, everything that happened here took place inside game, right?
Then that must mean... They're hopeful. They're hopeful that they're alive. That's not going to be the case, though. That's right.
The killings we were forced to commit were a part of some silly game. Everyone who was killed should still be alive in the real world.
Oh yeah, just because they died in the virtual world doesn't mean they died in real life. So, you're saying everyone is still alive?
Yeah, that's it. Isn't that right, Monokuma? What's so funny?
If a lie is a believable lie, it might become truth. That's what you said earlier, Fuyuhiko.
Don't tell me. You mean...
The Neo World program isn't just any game. It's a next-gen software containing the ultimate reality. And speaking of that reality, if a player's avatar experiences death, their brains inside their actual bodies will stop functioning too.
What?
Then, everyone who died. Oh, it's not like their bodies are completely dead, so I can't say it's a true death, but that's why it's actually crueler instead. All that's left of them are empty husks.
Are you saying they will never awaken again?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, nobody's gonna appreciate a game where you don't die when you're supposed to, right?
What game? That's not what we risked our lives for.
If you want to be mad, please be mad at the Future Foundation. They're forcing you to play this game.
Future Foundation? The people from the Future Foundation made us play this sick game? Everything was their doing? Then, Monami and Chiaki were...
They betrayed the Future Foundation to protect us, and then they were taken out.
I see. So our real enemy is the Future Foundation. The Future Foundation is our real enemy? That is a complicated question, because who do you call the Future Foundation? Do you call the survivors of the Killing School Life the Future Foundation? Or do you call the group that absorbed the survivors of the Killing School Life into their group the Future Foundation? It could go either way. One, I think, is the enemy. The other, I think, is it was trying to save us. Is that it? Is that really it? Ah, 8-bit argument. That's groovy. The Tragedy, Killing School Life, The Remnants of Despair, Neo World Program. We don't have. Shoot, we don't have the email like I was thinking we would. The Neo World Program was developed by the Future Foundation, right? The ones who trapped us in here. It's all the Future Foundation's doing, right? Then the enemy is the Future Foundation. A group that would make a killing game. There's no way they have to be the good guys. And the Future Foundation is an organization of evil. Well, I'm not going to agree with that statement. God, I need to go back through my evidence. Okay, so the one thing that I thought was going to be able to counteract that would be the email to the Nakoto. Would be the email to Makoto. Nakoto. So it's not any of that stuff. It's not going to be that. List of subjects. I don't think that's what we're going to use. I don't see that. Ooh. Unless we use that to say that they were the ones that made the game. That could be. That could be. Killing School Life. No, I don't think that's going to be used. I don't think it's going to be any of this stuff, and I don't think it's going to be the reserve students, so... these guys were safely taken in by the Future Foundation. But that doesn't necessarily counter the argument that they're the ones who forced us to do it, to go through this killing game. 15 people. So maybe the Remnants of Despair. No. Didn't I just say something different? I think I just said something different. Shoot. Maybe I did say Remnants of Despair. Yeah, maybe that's what I need to use, if that's even in my list. So who's our enemy? Is it the Future Foundation, or... Okay, so if... It seems like the Remnants of Despair... It seems like they're going for who is our enemy, which would be most likely these guys here. So they're saying it's the Future Foundation. I'm going to say it's the Remnants of Despair, which would have been Killing Game. No, shoot. Okay. Developed. That wasn't it. Okay, so if this is all a game, then there's no doubt this is a killing game, right? That's what we were forced to do. Okay, so... bad selection. Let me go back and look through this again. The Academy's founder's not going to be that. Hope Cultivation Program doesn't really tie to the Future Foundation, though. Neo World Program. Neo World Program. Maybe I can use this. Yeah, maybe I can use this. Okay, it's not necessarily killing it. Okay. I apologize for that. That should have been more obvious to me. But it wasn't too bad. At least I didn't get too terribly stuck on that. Okay, so originally in the world created by the Neo World Program, a concept like violence never existed. Then why is there killing going on? The virus that invaded this program is forcing us to kill each other. Could it be that the virus is... Really? Now is the time you shut up? You should be boasting. You should be like, yes, it's me. Kill each other. You're right. Until Monokuma appeared, this island was giving off a really peaceful vibe.
Yura, it didn't get weird until Sami was remodeled as Monomi.
Monomi? What sort of role did such a lost girl like her have in this world?
Hey, don't change the subject! But that's also something we need to clear up. Monami, or Sami's role that she had in this world was... Monica Despair, the Observer. There we go. 2 observers, Monami and Chiaki. She was the observer of the Neo World program, isn't that right?
That's right! She was an NPC that was assigned the role of Observer.
NPC? What's that?
Non-playable character. A character that's not controlled by a person. It's different from avatars like us. Monami's existence was created entirely by the program, just to monitor the 15 of you.
But please wait. Did you just say 15 people?
Have you forgotten how to count? We're 16 people in total.
He was probably excluding the other observer. Huh? Another observer? The Future Foundation's other observer would be Chiaki. Easy enough. I mean, they directly outlined it in the evidence. And, yeah. She was... They earlier on, they linked her directly to Monami, and, I mean, she was the, quote, traitor of the Future Foundation. I mean, it's really not all that surprising or difficult to figure out if you followed the last trial pretty readily. Okay, so I think this is a decent enough place to stop. So in the next one, we're gonna, I don't know, because we've already established who the observers are. Where we go from here is another question. We might start talking about we might start going into the historical aspects of some of the stuff. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.